Shivaya. Jambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityurmukshiyamamrutat. Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Jambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanam.
Sanatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviyam Karavahai Tejasvi Avadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shant Shant Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityu Ma Mritangamaya. Om Shant Shant Shanti. Good evening. How is your language learning going on? Are you getting the joy of learning? It's very important that you derive some joy in the very process itself. So, our classes are only on alternate days. So, one day you are supposed to do some homework. What is that homework? Reading something in English. चल तुम्हारा कस्ता कुछ पढ़ रहा है घर में टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है Do you read something and every alternate day? Reading is very important because only through reading you will acquire vocabulary, you will learn vocabulary and sentence construction. That habit you must cultivate. The sooner the better. Right, see page number 111 for today's quote. Today we shall discuss something on leadership. Always first learn to be a servant and then you will be fit to be a master. Avoid this jealousy and you will do great works that have yet to be done. Do not try to be a ruler. He is the best ruler who can serve well. Be true unto death. The work we want, we don't seek wealth, name, or fame. Previous page number 110. It's a very difficult task to take on the role of a leader. One must crush all one's own self under the feet of the community. One must be a servant of servants There must not be a shade of jealousy or selfishness. Then you are a leader. So if you really want to become a leader, what qualities you need to have? Swamiji delineating here. You must be a servant of servants. Okay, first you be a servant, then you are fit to be a master. And also Swamiji is saying he is the best ruler who can serve well. Agar, if you really want to become a master, you must first become a servant. Okay? Then only you will become a master. There is no allegiance possible where there is no character in the leader, and perfect purity ensures the most lasting allegiance and confidence. Page number 109. He never becomes a leader in whose love there is a consideration of high or low. He whose love knows no end and never stops to consider high or low has the whole world lying at its feet. A captain must sacrifice, previous page 108. A captain must sacrifice his head, they say. If you can lay down your life for a cause, then only you can be a leader. But we all want to be leaders without making the necessary sacrifice. And the result is zero. Nobody listens to us. Yeah, Swami is saying that a leader should have that spirit of self-sacrifice in him or her. A leader should have three qualities, in my opinion. First, he or she should be a well-informed individual. In terms of knowledge, in terms of understanding of life, in terms of your perception of life, you are more mature. You are able to see things better. You are sitting on a perch. You have the foresight and farsight. You are able to look into the future. Okay? Because you have better discernment, you have better perception of life, better understanding of things, I want to follow you. Right? Otherwise, why should I follow you? If your understanding is not better than my understanding, I am a confused mind. But if you are equally confused, why should I follow you? Because your leader means you have clarity in your mind. You know what to be done when it's to be done. And also a leader should actually understand the individual capacities of each individual who is following him or who is with him. Every one of the individual, whoever is following him or her, a leader should be able to know, identify the individual talents. Okay? Whatever the qualities or the talents that they have and how to use them and when to make use of them. So you have to encourage the individual accordingly, according to his or her capacity. So you will be able to draw the best out of them. You should have the capacity to draw the best out of the people who are following you or who have kept their faith on you. ఎవరైతే నేను నమ్ముకున్నారో, ఎవరైతే నేను అనుసరిస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళలోంచి బెస్ట్ ఏదైతే ఉందో దాన్ని బయటికి నువ్వు తీయగలగాలి, అప్పుడే నువ్వు నాయకుడు అవుతావు. And so because you have a better perception of life, better understanding, you are able to see things clearly. I follow you. I accept you as my leader. See, in most of the societies, leadership is very important. If you go to places like Northeast, if you go to a village, the people of the village, they don't think anything for themselves. They don't know even how to think. They trust their leader. Like Grama Sarpanch here, there will be their leader, okay? The sect will be there, the leader of the group of people. But whatever he says, they will implicitly obey. If he says, go and kill those people, they will kill. They don't use at all their reason. Absolute loyalty to the leader. Because he ensures the interest of the community and he thinks for us, he takes decisions, they fully rely on him. అన్ని నిర్ణయాలు వాళ్ళ జీవితాలకు సంబంధించి ఆ లీడర్ తీసుకుంటాడు. ఇంతకుముందు అట్లనే ఉండదు కదా, ట్రైబల్ లీడర్స్ ఉండేవాళ్ళు, వార్ లార్డ్స్. వాడు ఏదో చెప్తే ఫాలో అయ్యేవాళ్ళు అందరూ వాళ్ళని చేసేసేవాడు. Like that, because we think actually everybody can think for himself or herself, but most of the communities, if you just look, they cannot think for themselves. They actually rely on their leader to guide them and to lead them. So that's why leader is very important and leadership is very important. For example, today there is so much of migration from villages to urban areas. One reason is people in rural areas, they are not able to motivate themselves. They are not able to inspire themselves. They don't know what to do and how to do. They are looking for guidance desperately because there are no people to guide them. Because all the youth are in cities, all the educated people have migrated to cities and also to America. So the only people that are left out there are old people and people who are semi-educated or illiterate people. They don't know how to help themselves. Otherwise, if a leader goes there, if an educated person who has better understanding of life, who has knowledge, who has resources, or at least who can help them actually pool all the resources and can help them actually to generate wealth there itself, why they would migrate? అక్కడ సంపదను సృష్టించడం కనుక మనం నేర్పితే ఆ విలేజ్ కమ్యూనిటీకి అంతా మార్గదర్శకత్వం చేయగలిగితే వై వుడ్ దే మైగ్రేట్? నౌ దే ఆర్ ఫోర్స్ టు మైగ్రేట్, దర్ ఆర్ నో ఆపర్చునిటీస్ దేర్, దే డోంట్ నో హౌ టు క్రియేట్ వెల్త్ యూజింగ్ ద లోకల్ రిసోర్సెస్ అవైలబుల్. So that's why education, that's why actually ideas matter. And also a leader should have, apart from clarity, apart from knowledge, should have courage. What they're lacking in is they have knowledge, some of the people, they have talents, but they don't have the courage and to take the lead or to put something into practice. So, and the third thing is leader should have the spirit of self-sacrifice, where actually he will set aside your individual or personal interest for the sake of the community. Whoever is following you, for their sake, you are ready to sacrifice your life. Then alone you can become a leader. You know, history has seen different kinds of leaders. Okay, Swamiji here is saying why the in another page number 108, one more quotation is there. One of the British general, actually, General Strong, he shared his experience of 1857 mutiny with Swamiji. We all study this 1857 mutiny in our history book. There are many reasons, because they didn't have good weapons, and there was not a coordination among the people. The British had superior weaponry. That's the reason they could suppress the mutiny. All these things we study. But the General Strong shared his experience with Swamiji in Britain, and he said the only one reason why this 1857 mutiny turned out to be a failure, only reason for that is the lack of leadership. The leaders never actually stood in the front and led the army, battalions, or whoever the sepoys. So instead of standing in the front, they were actually standing in the rear and shouting at them, saying that march on, go forward, march on, go forward. A leader should always be in the forefront, never in the rear. Okay, so that means what? You're sitting actually in the rear and you're shouting. That means you don't have the courage. And the leader himself lacks courage, and the followers or the soldiers will never fight with heart and soul. Okay, they will be fighting half-heartedly. You just see the great conquerors, or the great people who fought very, very bloody wars they fought. For example, Alexander the Great, and also Genghis Khan. But they did not lose even a single battle. Okay, because the soldiers who ever followed them, actually, they had such faith in their leader. They thought that it's okay even to die with this kind of leader, because the leader would sacrifice his life first. Okay, I first actually sacrifice my life, then only I will ask you to sacrifice your life. Not that actually I make your lives a sacrifice there. So they always led their armies by standing in the front. That's why actually they proved out to be great leaders, and they never suffered a single defeat in their conquest, in their battles. That's why it's important a leader should have the spirit of self-sacrifice. Only when you have these qualities, you can aspire to become a leader. But without cultivating, without developing these qualities, if you aspire to become a leader, people won't follow you for long. Your followers will be with you for some time. As long as you have power and money, they will be with you. Once you are out of power, once you are left with no money, they will desert you. They will go to somebody else. Okay, thank you. Nice day.